Hi, I'm Maya Feller, registered dietitian nutritionist, and welcome to Well+Good Cook With Us. I'm welcoming you into my Brooklyn kitchen, and today we're going to make shrimp toast. Actually, I've made a couple of modifications, so I'm going to show you a shrimp and a crab toast. Now, for this dish, I've used canned shrimp and canned crab. For both of these, what I did to prepare them was I actually gave them a rinse because I do that anyway with any canned item. Now for my ingredients, what I'm doing is I'm gonna make a nice mixture. So I have a Dijon mustard, a mayonnaise, I have chives and jalapeños. We're gonna mix all of that up. So I'm gonna put them into two separate bowls because I'm making them two ways for you. So here we go. We're adding this Dijon mustard. This is about 2 tablespoons per bowl. And this is gonna be really wonderful. It's gonna add a little bit of a spicy flavor. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the same spoon, and I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of mayonnaise. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some chives. So here I'm gonna sprinkle in about a tablespoon of chives. I tend to like things with, to punch up that flavor, so I'm getting pretty generous. I also really like spice. I have seeded the jalapeños. I really recommend seeding them because the seeds can be quite spicy, and if you don't like spice, it'll be too hot. So I'm actually gonna be generous here and do a good dollop right in there. Oof, that looks good and smells incredible. And now I'm just gonna mix them up gently. So we're bringing all the flavors together. I was thinking of putting the lemon at the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze it in right now. I don't have a sieve, so I'm gonna use my hand, kind of old school, make sure that no seeds go through. Oh, that's looking extra gorgeous. And you wanna make sure that your hands are always washed and cleaned when you start. We're gonna mix this together, and it's just looking extra creamy and delicious. Now, I'm going to do the same thing because remember, I'm making it two ways. So I have the crab and the shrimp. Now you can always modify everything in my book. Let's say you don't want to use mayo, you could use a veganaise. You could take the mayonnaise out of the recipe altogether. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my crab. So, seafood is really loved for so many reasons. It's full of anti-inflammatory properties, specifically the omega-3 fatty acids. And those are the good for you kind of properties that are linked with an improvement or risk reduction of cardiovascular disease. And the recommendation really is to have seafood twice weekly. And now I have my tiny shrimp. I'm gonna go ahead and add these in and mix this up. Oh gosh, this just looks extra delicious. Now, if you don't have canned, you can absolutely use fresh shrimp. You can use frozen shrimp. It's really your choice. Canned foods just tend to cut down on the prep time. So I have 2 types of toasts here because I want to give you options. This is a sprouted grain English muffin, and it's whole grains, and this is a whole grain seeded toast. Really, it's your choice when you're choosing your grain-based toast. You could choose a sourdough if you wanted. You could also choose rye, even a bagel. Get fancy. If you want to go the non-grain alternative, you could use a potato, a sweet potato. That could also be quite delicious. Slice it, put a little bit of olive oil, put it in your toaster, and then use it in place of a grain-based toast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some leafy greens. I have just like a spring mix, but you can use any leafy green of your choice. You can use broccoli sprouts, you can use microgreens. I personally love those tiny little greens. They're packed with vitamin C, excellent source of vitamin K, really crunchy. I mean, so crunchy that I kind of think I have to take a bite and give it a taste, because who can have lettuce in front of them and not take a bite of it? Really delicious. I especially love the lettuces that have different colors. You're gonna get a little bit of the green, some of the deeper reds, and I just think that that makes your plate so beautiful. Here we have our toast topped with our greens, and I'm gonna try to make sure that we get them on here so that it's not falling all over the place. And now comes the very fun part. This is where we're gonna add a healthy kind of dose or heaping portion of the crab mixture. This is about, I'd say, I'm in 1 tablespoon and I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna put 1 on each so that we can see what it looks like. And now I'm gonna do my shrimp. My absolute favorite part. This is Turkish red pepper, really incredible flavor. Oh gosh, look at it, it just pops. And this red pepper is actually particularly sweet. So it's not smoky, it's not spicy, it is sweet. Incredible. So this bread has a hint of sweetness because it's a wheat. The mixture of the crab with the jalapeno and the chive and the red pepper, it is really sweet and savory together. It's excellent. And it's kind of creamy because of that Dijon mustard and the mayonnaise mixture. Okay, now let me go ahead and try the shrimp. I can taste the acid from the lemon a little bit more. And it's also possible because the shrimp, they're quite small, and I think that the can had a little bit of salt in it, so I can actually, it's a bit saltier than the other, but both are quite delicious. I could eat this for breakfast, lunch, dinner. You could serve this at a special occasion, or it could be really any time that you want to get, fancy with seafood. Thanks for watching. You can find the recipe in the description below, and don't forget to subscribe to Well+Good.